Shalom, shalom, all praise to the Most High. You feel me? All praises. We're going to start in a few minutes. You feel me? I got to get things set up in the background. So please get your pens, your papers ready. Common sense. Share the video, like it, and comment. Okay? Share the video to your social media. Let the word go out, right? So I'll be right back. And let me get everything situated. Hold tight. Just give me a real quick second. We about to be cracking it off in 3.536 seconds. Give me a few seconds. So. Gotta make sure everything is copacetic. So let me just put this on there. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world and he calls Jesus the Christ, right? And of course, I want to give double honors where honor is due, right? Regardless if you accept it or not. I want to give it to the apostles and the elders, the bishops, the deacons, the captains, the soldiers. Of course, starting with Elder Tahara on down in Great Millstone, and for the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, regardless whatever congregation you in. If you are teaching the truth and sincerity and truth, right, on the highways and byways and doing sit downs, Lord willing, the Most High increase you in the knowledge and understanding and have you to endure. And for the wives and the single sisters that's playing their role as loving silent wives and being submissive, Lord willing, we need you. You know what I'm saying? And for the other brothers and sisters that's not in this truth, Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on you. You know, I can't save you. Nobody else can save you except for Yahweh Shema Shai to bring you in this ministry some way, by hearing the prophets or a sister posting something, some way, somehow. So we're going to get into this thing right here with this thing right here. I don't know if y'all can see the title. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure y'all see this title before we get into anything. You figure trill me, right? Let's get into it, right? The title we going over, because I just seen a lot of shibbity yang yang, right? And like I tell my lady, I always say, I'm gonna try to read. I'm gonna try to read before I go live. Shalom to everybody that's on her. Shalom, shalom. I see you, Stephanie. Hey, I try to read some chapters, you know, get my reading in before, but it's like soon as the Lord let me touch my Bible, I did the scripture today. He brings me right on live. And I try to tell my lady. She didn't believe me. But the title says, this nonsense has to stop. We need to take heed to what's really going on. Now, until I start these videos, you're not going to understand what the hell I'm talking about. But in life, you know, our people doing homosexuality, smoking weed, want to be a celebrity, want to be on TV, want all the glam life, but they're not trying to seek things that's above, right? So Lord willing, the things that we bring out, Lord willing, is edifying to my brothers and my sisters. So first and foremost, I have to bring out the scriptures, bring out this one scripture real quick so we can start it off, right? We're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon. I hope y'all can see the screen. If y'all can see the screen and hear me, throw a 7-7 in the comment section. You feel me? It don't matter Facebook or YouTube. Throw a 777 in the comment section. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, verse 11. I'm gonna read it in the KJ Visual. Oh shoot! Clicked the wrong button. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon. Why is it not turning? Wisdom of Solomon 6:11. It says, wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. So every man and every woman should set your affection upon the Lord's words, because we're in his story, regardless if you accept it or not. If you not, I'm a person that's reading the Bible. You might not be reading the Bible, right? I hate liars. I hate it. I don't even want to be a liar. So I'm trying my best to pursue as much understanding and truth. So I'm trying to break all the bullshit. To women that want to be independent, thinking they a bad bitch, I'm here to break all of that, right? For men that say that they kings, but they not trying to dwell with their wives according to knowledge, I'm trying to destroy that, right? If you're in Christianity, that shabba dabba ding dong bull crap, I'm trying to cut that too, right? And be even more, I'm trying to bring in the edification of the prophecies, give you the understanding of the parables so that you can actually understand what's actually going on, right? What been hidden from you, right? In plain sight. That's what I'm here to do, right? I got one more for you. This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. It says, therefore we also, albeit we need none of these things, that we have the holy books of the scriptures in our hands to comfort us, right? So we don't need all the things like girls needing fake makeup on their damn face, lashes, fake lashes. We're gonna call them cumbrellas, wigs, lace fronts, and wearing them every day, every day, every day. Women wear change they lace fronts and wigs and do their makeup and pay more attention to those things than they pay attention to the times, the things that's going on. A lot of black people that I know don't even care what's going on with the bake system right now, right? So I'm gonna read it again. This is in the G&T. First Maccabees chapter 12, verse 9, it says, and now, although we are not in need of such alliances, since we find our source of strength in the holy books we possess, right? We find our source of strength and our source of confidence by the scriptures, right? So let's tap into what I really wanted to bring y'all to. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos to watch right now. These is going to be quick. Lord willing, we can touch certain part, but I definitely want to go to the sister video because that was the last video I seen. And if it's too much for you, don't watch it. But we grown, and I want all you sisters to see it. Look, I'm a man. I love women. I love the women that's in my life, let alone if it's a single sister out here and she I'm going to look, but that is not attractive. It's not attractive no more that a woman want to show all her skin like Sierra, right? She'd be put aside, right? So this video, it says, just when you thought Christians can't get any lower, they pull this bullshit.
Just some of that praise God like I want to music. Matthew 22:37.
Before we go to it, it says, imagine every time you hate on me, God tells me to pamper myself and treat my body like a palace. And if that was the case, if a woman was to treat herself like a palace is closed in, it's decked out, it's rich, right? You're not just letting anybody out in your damn palace, right? But if she over here is saying this, let's sit down with her and ask her how many kids she got, how many baby fathers, how many men she laid with. If she was a palace, she would let one man in her Karuchi, right? But if she's singing this damn song and she dressed like this, it probably been more men that been between their legs, right?
Just some of that praise God like I want to music. Matthew 22:37. Ain't no holding back, God. Ain't no God daddy. Real nasty now. Jesus put it on me. Stick your dick all up in me. Yeah, you got me horny for your love, milk and honey. You said you'd be my hubby. With all my heart, I do trust thee. Yeah, you got me horny, attracted to you.
That was straight bullshit.
Just some of that praise God like I want to music.
Shut up.
Matthew 22:37.
Shut up.
Ain't no holding back, God.
Shut up. Ain't
no,
no.
God daddy.
Sorry, no, shut up. I'm about to show y'all something. This is why women need to understand, man. Let me get this Sirach, man. Where is that? Where is you at? Let me get Sirach chapter 26, verse 25. Please tag her in this video. Wait, what the heck? Dang, they gonna play games with me. They're not gonna let me get it. Yeah, they're not gonna let me get it. So I would have to go to Google. Right? Let me get it right here. Sirach 26, 25 G&T. So when you look at Sirach 25, Sirach 26, verse 25, and it reads, a self-willed woman is a bitch, but a woman with a sense of decency honors Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. This damn Scoochie Coochie, Mama Ruchi, she is not honoring Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. She a damn scup bucket, right? She's a scooted and tooted. It's actually scooted and then booted, right? Let me go to the KJV version because they trying to play games with us. Actually, I'm gonna go back over here too, right? We're gonna go up. We're gonna actually read down. We're gonna read from. We're gonna go to verse 22, right? Because some women do this bullshit for. I seen them. Well, I should have saved the video. It's sisters that say instead of they gave them two options, Instagram or a loyal good husband. They chose Instagram because it comes with more. You know, I have people that like me. I'm getting money and I'm promoting my business or I'm promoting myself. But instead of having a solid man, back then women did not have that mindset. They wanted a husband. They wanted a head, right? So when you go to verse 22, it says a prostitute is like spit. Mostly a prostitute is that does something sexual for money, right? Let alone is some women that say, hey, I get money and I do certain strange things, but I don't have sex. I'm not gonna lie, you're still a prostitute because you're trying to do something sexual. You got some women that might just beat an Edomite because they like those things, right? I'm not gonna lie, you still spit. A married woman who has affairs brings death to her lovers, right? A married woman who has affairs. So if she is committing adultery, laying with another man when she has a husband, guess what? She brings death to her lovers. A lawless man will get a godless wife, right? A lawless man, a man that don't care for the Lord. He's going to be a godless man and he's going to get him a godless wife. Or let's be better, a lawless man, because the men 100% should be following the Lord, because Sirach 27:3, if a man do not hold himself in the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai, his house would be overthrown. It says, but a man who honors Yahweh Shem Shai will have a devout wife. That means she's going to be shamefaced. She's going to be devoted to playing her role, right? 24, it says a shameless wife enjoys making a disgrace of herself. Shameless means all booty all out on a Wednesday evening at 8:00 at night. No, your booty should be in the house in your damn room for your husband. She deserve a spiritual whooping. Look, man, for real. Let my rib think, oh, I'm about to go to the hotel with my friend and she over here got one butt cheek out. She deserve a spiritual ass whooping. Right? We're going to read verse 25 again. Wait, after we finish this one, a shameless wife enjoys making a disgrace of herself. But a modest wife will act modestly, even alone with her husband. You see that? A modest wife. What's modest? Modest is a mental behavior and an appearance. And will, it says, but a modest wife, so that means her appearance is going to be modest, will act modestly. So now you get two modesties, the appearance, and she's going to act. You have the appearance, how she dressed, not showing too much of her curves, not showing too seductive, a modest wife, and will act modestly, which is her behavior, how she think or how she move. Most likely she's going to be shamefaced. It says even alone with her husband. So a real woman is going to act modest and modestly, even alone with her husband. She's not. Now that's different when you have your little sexual moment, but throughout the days in your wife is still going to act modest, even when she's not around people. All women should study that. Even if it's a sister that say she modest and she shamefaced, even if my wives hear this, they have to be more modest in apparel in front of me and more modestly in the behavior around me, even when the kids is around and when the kids is not. It makes them look more attractive. It helps. So even my wives and even all other brothers, all our women have to work on themselves, just like men do, right? It says a self-willed woman is a bitch. The Lord is calling, but when you read in the KJV, it says a self-willed woman is a dog. And what is a female dog? A female dog is a bitch. But a woman with a sense of decency honors Yahweh Bashem Shai. A wife who honors her husband will seem wise to everyone, right? And that's what a woman does when she honors her husband, is when she respects the order of how the household and his rules and regulations. If he feel like, hey, yo, babe, I don't think I want you out all late in the night, she's going to honor him and be like, you know what? Hey, yo, sis, hey, we had a good time. All my friends have been, but I'm not, because my husband, I'm good. Or if it comes to dealing with teaching somebody, or if it comes to, babe, I don't want you in another man's face. Now, if we dealing with, like, say if I'm with my brother Yarmayan, it's not that she's in his face, but that's my brother. That's your big brother too. So you better say shalom to him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's giving out some motivation, I would want you to hear too, because the whole world is going to see modest women, right? Let alone, brothers and other people see how my women are, right? So they're going to be considered wise. But if she dishonors him by her overbearing attitude, everyone will know that she is ungodly. And this is why I do not push that brothers and sisters should be arguing in the household, let alone that shit don't look good for a woman because she dishonors her husband, especially when you want to yell, you want to talk back to your man. It don't work like that. They're just like back in slavery. If we was to talk to our master, we would get whipped. Women got to look. I got a better question. This girl called Yahweh Shai her daddy. So if Yahweh Shai, really Yahweh Shai is our master, he's our king, you will respect your master, your king. So in the same fact, every woman should respect her master, which is her husband, right? I don't care how you accept it or if you don't. Every woman should respect their master, which is their husband, right? It says, fortunate is the husband of a good wife, because he will live twice as long. A loud-mouthed, talkative woman is like a trumpet, sounding the signal for attack. And any man who has such a wife will spend his life at war. You see? This right here, every brother and sister, you know what? I'm about to screen record that part right there. You see that? That joint just excited me, and I already got that. I already got that precept, but it just excited me. You know what? They about to get this work. All right? This is motivation. Let me see this verse. We're going to get this verse. Salaki, I'm trying to get that verse. They out there rapid mind. Yup. This is what I want. You feel me? We got to read that again. A loud-mouthed, talkative woman is like a trumpet sounding at the signal for an attack. Any man who has such a wife will spend his life at war. Woo! Woo! That joint hit me. When I tell you, it hit me. I gotta send that. You know, when you see something good and you got another brother that got a wife, I'm gonna send that to my brother right ASAP. So now I'm not about to get too much on the sister. That's just showing, our women really should be covering up. Let me get that. Our women definitely should, cover up, right? Especially if you got too much, cheeks out on a Wednesday, Thursday afternoon. You got to know, men out here, we're going to lust. We might fall in lust. And if brothers can't control their mind, they might, besides desiring, they might be like, man, I do her dirty. You feel me? And it's better that a woman covered, especially if you got all them juices out. Oh, man, you should cover up. Just being totally honest, right? This is First Timothy chapter 2. Verse 9, it says, in like manner also the women adore themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. In the NLT, it says, and I want women to be modest in their appearance. Yahweh Shem Shai, he want women to be look, I'm gonna say it again. Let me make sure my screen close enough. Let me make sure y'all can really see. Can y'all really see what's going on that screen? Can y'all really see? Y'all can see? For all the sisters. For all the sisters, can y'all see this? Verse 9. And I want women to be modest in their appearance. They should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. For God who claim to be devoted to God, for women who claim to be devoted to God should make themselves attractive by the good things they do. Women should learn quietly, submissively. I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. Let them listen quietly. For God made Adam first, and afterward he made Eve. And it was not Adam who was deceived by Satan. The woman was deceived, and sin was the result. But women will be saved through childbearing. So women say, I don't want no children. I'm sorry, that's an idiot move to say. Hey, but even though it is hard times right now, I can understand that. But you do not want to take that away from you, because he said women will be saved through childbearing, assuming they continue to live in faith, love, holiness, and modesty. Remember this verse 9 for all you sisters. Remember that. Remember, we might go just say, do you remember this verse? That's what he should have said in the song. That's what he should have said. I'm about to go call Michael. Sorry, I forgot. He not here. Sorry. Right? So let's go to the next video. Right? So we deal with woman. I'm sorry. Right? Another thing, what I'm going to do is I am going to go to TikTok, because a lot of women like to show that body on TikTok. I'm telling you right now, women love to show them curvy curves. Right. Women like to show them curves, right? That should be for your man. If you don't have a man, you should save it for the man you have. Because I'm not going to lie. There's brothers out here that can't control ourselves and our flesh, and we will lust over you in a sinful way. Cover that up on a Wednesday, Tuesday evening, afternoon. You feel me? Right? So now let's go to TikTok. Let's see, right?
Do you know which country made TikTok? China. Do you know that China controls the algorithm of what you see? Do you know this? If you're in America and you open up TikTok, if you're in Britain and you open up TikTok, there is a specific algorithm to reach you that is not in China. If you're in China and you open up TikTok, what the Chinese government wants you to receive as youth, as people using TikTok, are people who are doing good things, achievements, youth making social enterprise, youth becoming successful in math competitions, youth becoming masters of karate, youth doing something with their life. And you are rewarded. That algorithm is that the Chinese government makes you see positive things for social development. Did you know here and in the United States, China, send you a different algorithm? Do you know what they send you? All the nonsense that you see. They want you to see girls dancing, boys and girls dancing with each other, pranks upon your parents, pranks upon people. How many pranks do you see? Yeah, I'm not saying it's not funny. Some of them are downright hilarious. But if you want to destroy a nation, destroy a generation, you make them in their mind be rewarded with the dopamine for thinking stupid things are good, thinking that this is what you're supposed to grow up doing. A large proportion of people grow up thinking that this is what life is about. But in China, they don't let their children think that. Next time you open up TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and you see this, understand that you are being played. Do you know which country?
Okay, so you see that? I know a lot of brothers and sisters, we all use TikTok. Let me just leave this right here.
You know which country made?
We all use TikTok. It's crazy how America don't want to have, anything to do with China, but for some reason, you niggas just want to get that TikTok. I had to cut my kids from watching TikTok, right? And all praises to the Most High, because for real, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show all you brothers and sisters something. Let me get to this StreamYard thing real quick. Right? I'm going to show you something. Right? Because I like showing proof. Because, you know, Israel, y'all don't... y'all can't really take words serious as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you TikTok, and let's see how long it goes until we see some edification on TikTok. Let me turn up my sound. Okay, verse of the day. That's one. Booty, just booty.
Yo, I just got this super dope gold tennis bracelet for only $4.
Jewelry. Basketball. More women. More. Wait, sorry. Dancing. More bullshit. What's that? Is this something learning? This is something dealing with cooking. Okay, I can accept that. Okay, father and son. Music, shoes, jewelry, basketball, women. Women twerking. Is this a little? Yeah, she twerking, dancing, or whatever the heck she doing. Have you look? They just showing us proof right there in the making that we ain't learning a damn nickel. Niggas ain't learning a damn. Niggas don't know nothing, right? This deep, I was just watching this on 60 Minutes. Guess what? It's gonna be another 60 minutes when Hamashiach Yahushai get here. We need this place to be destroyed because China. They promote education. Let's hear it again before I give you scriptures. Let's hear it again one more time. Let's hear it again before I get scriptures.
TikTok. China. Do you know that China controls the algorithm of what we see? Do you know this? If you're in America and you open up TikTok, if you're in Britain and you open up TikTok, there is a specific algorithm to reach you that is not in China. If you're in China and you open up TikTok, what the Chinese government wants you to receive as youth, as people using TikTok, are people who are doing good things, achievements, youth making social enterprise, youth becoming successful in math competitions, youth becoming masters of karate, youth doing something with their life. And you are rewarded. That algorithm is that the Chinese government...
So did we see that? We just seen that. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing. But you see so many people put their lives and dedicated to dancing, and that same energy they could have put a little bit on the Lord, because the Bible is not about, oh, hey, I'm reading the Bible. I read a verse or I read a chapter. When I do book verses of the day, if you didn't catch my scheme, it's all about giving you understanding. If you line every precept I brought out on verses of the day, it's going to all just show you this is dealing with Israel, right? The Bible is something you have to study and learn. It's not something, oh, I read the Bible, I'm closer to God. No. How you close to God and you don't even know what tribe or what nation your Lord and Savior came from, right? But China, they can learn about karate. They can learn how to make a business, be entrepreneurs, how to make an investment, how to work stock. But we over here just seeing booty, ass, ting dong titties, men diesel, people rolling blunts. Straight bullshit. Some videos is hilarious, but that's all we see cycled in America. Because you want to know why? He's going to say it.
Makes you see positive things for social development. Did you know here and in the United States, China, send you a different algorithm? Do you know what they send you? All the nonsense that you see. They want you to see girls dancing, boys and girls dancing with each other, pranks upon your parents, pranks upon people. How many pranks do you see Yeah, I'm not saying it's not funny. Some of them are downright hilarious. But if you want to destroy a nation, destroy a generation, you make them in their mind be rewarded with the dopamine for thinking stupid things are good, thinking that this is what you're supposed to grow up doing. A large proportion of people grow up thinking that this is what life is about. But in China, they don't let their children think that. Next time you open up TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and you see this, understand that you are being played.
That's why America is a melting pot of foolishness, bullshit and foolishness. So I'm going to give you some scriptures, right? Some scriptures. I know you guys love scriptures. We can go to 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, right? It says, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of you, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Just in case you don't understand that, even if I break it down to you, I'm going to make sure you get, when you leave, there's no way you can't say, I don't understand, right? Verse 11, only if the Lord is the one that can make somebody understand these things, right? It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. Only people that's going to be familiar with the enemy schemes is somebody that's been studying the enemy, let alone where do you have to go to understand who your enemies is and who you are? You have to go to the source. You have to go to book, chapter, verse. That's why the Lord say we need none of these things, but we need the scriptures. The scriptures is the only thing that is going to give us clarity of who we are and who our enemies is. The Bible definitely speak of adversaries. Most of the Lord's adversaries are not it's spirits that's in our adversaries, but we have physical adversaries. We even have enemies in our own damn nation. The Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes, they're still back on the earth. They hung our Lord and Savior. Well, what are they? They are enemies, right? I'm going to read both of them, right? This is Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments also of the troll are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Right? In NLT, the smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil. They plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just. Look, they try to they lie to convict the poor. It's a video out where the what is it called? The Capitol, where they they go to the Supreme Court and they talk about things that's going on. They was talking about COVID and they gonna say, hey, we lied. We did have a part in the COVID situation. So they're trying to hurry up and push it out the way so nobody will really even pay attention that they were the reasons to do it. But when you see Bill Gates, what did they say? Hey, I think the blacks and the Latinos, the Hispanics, they should get the vaccine first. The enemy wants to convict the poor first. They want to put you really, really low, right? Let me see if we can get let's go to Proverbs 12:2. Proverbs 12:2, it tells you a good man obtaineth favor of Yahweh, but a wicked man, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn, right? And Esau has wicked devices, let alone, I'm not gonna lie, excuse me, everybody, I was a drug dealer. So I had a wicked device to get people high, but kill their insides. The Lord can condemn me, right? But he had me in a worse situation in this hell. Guess what he did? He put me in jail. But for me to repent for those things and ask the Lord to increase me, you talking to a man that was a total whore. I love every woman, right? Not the fugly wugglies, but I loved every woman and I wanted to make money. So I was killing people and I'm destroying homes, right? I'm using me as an example because I want other people to know, people that get in this truth, they had a past, but we had to walk away from it. There's a lot of people that's still sitting on sin. They smoking mad blunts back to back. They taking Percocets, but niggas talk about fiends all day. But nigga, you a freaking fiend. You taking a perky. Niggas, oh, I got to take a perky to make love. Then that means your body ain't working right. That means you got to be shut down. And this is why you got to know it's other wicked people outside our nation that has devices. COVID, who made COVID? Your adversary, the Edomites, regardless if you accept it or not. The so-called white people created it. Birth control, Plan Bs, Tylenol, aspirin, freaking cocaine, because they brought those things in. This government and banking was all of a wicked scheme against you to control money. Now they're gonna make a new scheme, right? Let me see. Let me give you one more. I don't want to give you too much. Right? Let me give you one more and call it a dizzy triple day for that video. So Psalms 21 verse 11. It says, "For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform." So they had imagine a mischievous device, and this is what they're working on now, which they are not going to be able to perform, especially those nukes. All these other nations think that they're going to really destroy everybody in America. All these other nations is not talking about, hey, let everybody free. When all these other nations want to bomb America, they're bombing the government, the elites, but they don't give a damn. They trying to bomb the poor people, anybody that's America. So I count, you count, your great grandmother count. When those nukes come here, they're not giving a damn if you black, white, Japanese, or Korean. But through the spirit, it's really towards the 2/3, right? It's really to the 2/3. I said I was going to not give you another one, but I have to. I would be wrong if I don't give you this one, right? This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, right? Let me make sure. Let's go into KJV because, Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, it says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness," right? His wickedness get worse and worse, just like rust. The more rust get water on it, eventually it's going to tear you away, right? When you drop down to 16, but the whole thing from 10 all the way to 16 is beautiful. But it says, verse 16, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips." He speaks sweetly with his lips, like Joe Lyon, like Donald Trump. I want to make America great. This is the face he make. Want to make America great again, right? But in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, right? You see Donald Trump talking about a guillotine. Through the spirit, that's the Lord showing you the Bible is more coming to life. Why the hell does nigga gonna talk about a damn guillotine? Because that's just the spirit to usher in Revelations 20 and 4 for the future, right? They're plotting for the future. They're not plotting for today and tomorrow. Everything they doing is plotting for the future, for what's to come, a week, a month, 6 months to a year. Let alone they have little other things that they're trying to plot right now that they're not talking about, like this bank situation. It says, and they've been talking about this, right? About, a recession again. It says, "He will sweep with his eyes. He will weep with his eyes. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood," right? And I just seen a video the other day when a man, this white congressman, he was talking about, he said, this is why we have to depopulate 3 billion people off this earth. I mean, I feel bad, but we have to do it because our resources. And it's crazy that the verse say he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Them weeping and like, oh man, people died, or 9/11, they wanted to lie about the 9/11. They just lying to you, right? So we're done with that video. Lord willing, that was edifying for you. Now, where are we gonna go? Where should I go? I'll go to Ching Chong Ling Lo Po, right? He says, watch. What'd he say?
Camera's there.
Let me read the screen. At the top, it says, "So maybe it isn't a conspiracy after all. How digital ID and central bank digital currency, social credit systems operate in China. So this is another form of ushering it in. You have to know some of China and Tokyo, their internet or their technology is a little more advanced. A lot of things that America made, they go to China, right? They go to these foreign countries that haven't made, right? But the digital ID and some digital currencies is taking place in foreign countries. But America is going to bite all of that, because what do the right race do? They take, right? So let's just hear it.
So if you jaywalked in Shenzhen, they would immediately detect that and send you a notification, and they would deduct money from your what they call WeChat account. They use two main apps, WeChat and Alipay. So you can actually deduct your money directly from your account. This is 4 years ago, so this is not like some sort of conspiracy theory. It's not something that's going to happen 10 years into the future. This happened pre-corona in China. And so this system in China that exists is extremely advanced. They can detect if it's a man or a woman. They can detect, they can guess your age. They can detect what kind of car model it is, who the manufacturer is. This is a sort of technology that we see in all these dystopian sort of films and whatever. And people keep putting it off and thinking that this is something that's going to happen later in my kids' lifetime or my grandkids. It's already here. And if this gets implemented anywhere, especially in a Western nation, it's not going away. Israel is already talking about the fourth shot. Then they're going to be going to herpes. Then they're going to ask if you're gay. They're going to be asking if you ate 3 pizzas this week because it's unhealthy. If you buy certain books in certain countries, your country doesn't like you, you'll lose points in the social credit score system. So they already have facial recognition cameras there. So if you jaywalked in Shenzhen, they would immediately detect.
So when you see in this video, it just shows you that technology will increase. Knowledge will increase. I mean, not knowledge, but knowledge will increase, but technology will increase in this place. That's why brothers teach that the mark of the beast is going to be physical, right? It has to be physical because we're in a time of technology. This is the era. Like everybody does this. Phone. I've seen somebody get into a fight and it's a young kid. What did they do? They recorded. And people like, call the cops. He recorded, call the cops. And you recorded. Technology. Women, a lot of women, yes, they have their little side jobs, but they take Instagram, Snapchat more serious, and OnlyFans, right? Because a lot of people are making more money, internet wise. Technology is advancing. So we're showing you that with this digital ID and the central banking, when everything get connected, he said if you jaywalk, they'll detect and they'll take money out of you, take money right out of your account. And guess what? Most tickets that you get when you do something illegal that goes against America's laws, you will get a ticket for it, right? So with most people, when they go to court and all that, they pay tickets. So he's already showing you that this joint is going to automatically take it from you. And that's why this charagma, when you owe money, when you have to pay taxes, they're not going to ask you. So this new digital currency, you're not going to have freedom, right? You're not going to have freedom, right? It's another video I had that deal with it. I don't know if it's, wait, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one right here. This goes actually into what he just said.
So this is a bit of an emergency broadcast regarding the digital IDs. Yesterday in Canada, Justin Trudeau met with all of our provincial premiers and basically told them that we will not be able to get funding for our healthcare unless the premiers agree to the digital IDs. I will show all the proof. Now, those of you who think that digital IDs are great, they are not. Let me show you what these digital IDs will actually entail when it comes to control. Here's an overview basically of everything that will be included into digital IDs. This can be found on the WEF website and also on all of the provincial and government websites. You will have healthcare. You will not be able to access any healthcare without this digital ID. Financial system. You will actually not even be able to carry out bank accounts or carry out anything online regarding financial transactions. Food and sustainability. This says for farmers and consumers, you will not be able to get into stores. You will not be able to even sell anywhere. Once they have this system in place, this is where the digital currency will come in. Travel and mobility. We saw that with the...
So you see everything that this test tube lady is saying. I believe she is an Edomite. She looked like it. She sound like it in her hair. But, I don't want to, just judge her appearance. You never know who she could be and the N-word, right? But at the end of the day, the whole point of this damn video is to show you. I'm not saying technically the mark of the beast it's out, it's getting created, it's out here right now, but it's not mandatory. Because when we look at Revelations, the 13th chapter, 16 to 18, it is going to be mandatory. It's going to be mandatory. Let's say it again. It's going to be mandatory. Niggas is out here smoking a blunt, doing whatever. It's not mandatory right now because they have to find a way. That's why when they did the mass thing, they wanted to see who was going to all fall for it, right? And let's actually go to a verse that deals with this. And it's just one straight point. It goes straight to it. We're just going to go straight to it. It's other verses you could go to, but this is why the story of the Bible is so plain. This is what it is. Your whole life, your enemy's been studying you, right? So I'm gonna read the KJ and the NLT because I really want brothers and sisters to leave understanding. Lord willing, is the Lord. If the Lord dealing with you, He's gonna have you understand it. It's gonna be plain, right? But for ones that's fighting it, oh man, hell no, this. I'm gonna make sure I read as much as I can to make it be smooth in your damn temple. So Psalms 83 verse 3, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones." Who are the precious ones? Who are the peculiar ones? We're talking about Israel, right? I'm going to see. Let me start at 2, right? It says, "Don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that your arrogant enemies are rising up?" We seeing it right now. They're rising up for war. We can see their upward. You see China. Look, we go here, right? Excuse me. I'm taking you left and I'm taking you right, but I have to make sure every word that I'm saying is clear, right? You got a whole bunch. You got your enemies. You got the federal. You got to know we got enemies everywhere. So whoever's controlling the bank, that's a freaking enemy. Of course, whoever is controlling the world, right? You got Russia over here, right? They collided with America's jet. It's another link that I got where, let me see. Look, you got the edge of World War III. Russia warns the U.S. to stop hostile flights after Black Sea drone collision. NATO scrambles to intercept war plan, right? You got nations going against each other, right? Russian ambassador responds, U.S. drone has no business near Russia, right? And it could keep going on. We could keep going on and keep going on, right? Sorry. I'm going back to the blue letter, right? Give me 3 seconds. Let the computer, the computer like, oh man, this brother moving too quick for me, right? So verse 3, it says, "They devise crafty schemes against your people." Who is the Lord's people, right? "They conspire against your precious ones. Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation." So that is the major key, because a lot of people feel like, oh no, God love everybody. But who is his special one? Who is his people? Why didn't he say the whole world in verse 4? He says, "Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation." We're not talking about these test tube monkeys that's over there right now. We're talking about Israel that got scattered 4 corners of the earth in servitude. That is the nation. The nation is 12 tribes. We will destroy every memory of its existence. That's why you hear African Americans not calling themselves Judah. We're living in a story of Israel, of the Israelites and Esau. I'm sorry, Chinese, Japanese, and you African booty scratchers. Young Pharaoh, I just seen a video of you. Nobody cares about them. The major 2 people, that's the major 2 characters out of this whole thing is Esau and Jacob. You see how I put it on the left, Esau on the left and Jacob on the right? Those are the 2 major characters, right? Verse 5, it says, yes, this was their anonymous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. when you look at the KJV, it says that they are confederate against you. That's the treaty that they made. They made an alliance against you. That's why when we talk about United Nations, you don't see nobody of the Israelite community that's saying, hey, I rep the 12 tribes. You have a China leader that reps for China, America that reps for America. The Israelites don't stand for Israel because verse 4, the remembrance of Israel will not exist. That's why we have to come back to our truth. Now let's see who is this all talking about. Verse 6. These Edomites, which today would be the so-called test tube white people, the men and women. Ishmaelites, the Muslims, the Arabs in the shore, in the corner store, Muhammad. The Moabites, which we would say today would be the Chinese. The Hagarites, somewhat would be the Africans. Gabalites and the Ammonites, which would be Japanese, and I believe the Gabalites could be Africans too. The Amalekites, those are the grandsons of Esau, right? So the Amalekites, which would be the white Jewish, not the Ashkenazis. Ashkenazis, they call themselves Jews too, but the white Europeans, they call themselves Jewish too, right? And the ones that are the real Caucasians that are descendants from Esau, actually Esau's firstborn son, Eliphaz, right? And he had his son, which is Amalek, right? And the Amalekites was the first one of the sons of Esau to attack or put Israel through some situations. The Amalekites and people from the Philistines, which would be another Hamite nation, in Tyre, right? So you understand these are the nations that are against you. But people be like, no, this can't be. But when you look at the 18 nations, that's how it is. But you have to understand those nations came together because we just seen China talk about it, right? The main people out here talk about it is China, Sweden, I believe Switzerland, and America, right? I believe Europe too. But this is gonna, in order to use your TikTok, your Facebook, your IG, you're gonna need this. So if y'all love our women love TikTok, Facebook, and all of that, they're gonna have to get this digital thing, right? Or at the time when they really make it a charagma, it's gonna be a lot of women. Oh yeah, I need my Instagram money. They're gonna go take that charagma, right? So Lord willing, that helped give you the understanding
Rise Scam app. Humanitarian responses, which is basically just garbage.
Okay, so now we are going to go to. Should I go to? I'm gonna save the bomb thing for last. So I'm gonna go to this one, and I've been showed a video, and I did a YouTube video on this. This is dealing with fake meat
Made by computer.
Just to show you, it says 3D printed meat that grills, smells, and tastes like steak.
Eating regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia. Cow, butcher, beef. Redefine Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product using a highly technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company in the world just by harnessing technology instead of animals.
Meat substitutes are not new, but unlike the soy-based crumbles that mimic ground beef, Redefine Meat's product is designed to act, taste, and cut like flank steak.
This is the holy grail of alternative meat.
But the most important part, how does it taste? This diner was happy.
The texture feels right. Even the smell smells like the real thing. Really authentic for me. It's revolutionary.
This is Inside Edition.
Hold on, I'm looking for a verse. We're gonna play it one more time. So anybody that's still showing certain things.
A juicy, sizzling steak made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia, cow, butcher, beef, Redefined Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product using a highly technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company in the world just by harnessing technology instead of animals.
Meat substitutes are not new, but unlike the soy-based crumbles that mimic ground beef, Redefined Meat's product is designed to act, taste, and cut like flank steak.
This is the holy grail of alternative meat.
But the most important part, how does it taste? This diner was happy.
The texture feels right. Even the smell smells like the real thing. Really authentic. For me, it's revolutionary.
This is Inside Edition.
Okay, never mind. I got this preset for you guys. We're going to go to Sirach, the 37th chapter. That's what I was looking for. I had to get this. Right? Don't hurt yourself for the food.
A juicy sizzling steak
Wait, hold on.
made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for...
Okay, back to where I was. So Rock 37, verse 27 in the GNT. It says, my child, as you grow through life, keep your appetite under control and don't eat anything that you know is bad for you. And that goes for, that's why we should be watching what we're eating, right? Because like a few weeks ago, it's not my lady's fault. You know, she going shopping, getting some eggs. You know what I'm saying? I like my French toast and eggs. One day she made some eggs or some boiled egg. And the egg was freaking fake. Like it had a rubbery taste to it. My egg, I don't know about hers, right? But this is why we always have to watch what we eating. And it's always good to look at labels, right? It's this one water me and my wife was always drinking. It's called Essential, I believe, ESSENCE, Essential water. No, I'm probably spelling it wrong. ESSENTIAL, I believe. I'm probably saying it wrong. Right. And that water, they put chemicals in that water. That's not good for us. Right. 28, it says all food doesn't agree with everyone and everyone doesn't like the same kinds of food. Don't feel that you just have to have all sorts of fancy food, right? Because some fancy foods, not gonna lie, it might be artificial. It said don't be a glutton over any food. If you eat too much, you'll get sick. If you do it all the time, you'll always have stomach trouble. Gluttony has been the death of many people. Avoid it and live longer. Now, this wasn't too much on dealing with fake food, right? But every man and every woman should be watching what they're eating, right? Let's see. Let me see if I can get another precept. Let's see if I can get another one, right? Like if y'all got precepts, y'all can always drop them, right? See, the Matthew 6 and 25 is a good precept. I'm not gonna lie, it really is a good precept. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. My wife is hitting me up. Yeah, so Matthew 26 and 25, that don't really go into it. It just tell you don't worry about what you're gonna eat, right? But you should definitely watch what you eat. That's a real good eye opener to for any woman and any brother to really watch what they're eating, right? Because we got a crafty ass enemy. We got 2 more videos, and then Lord willing, I can end this video. Let me just see if anybody has any questions, any precepts, something. Right? My brother Sam put Ezekiel 4:13. It says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. Come on, man. We're going to have defiled food. That's why this earth is defiled. That's why everybody should be watching what the hell they eat. You should be looking at labels. You know what I'm saying? My Samuel that's on here, he cut down on a certain, you know what? I don't want to have this type of meat too much. You know what I'm saying? And then that started making me think, I'm not going to lie, because of my brother, the spirit that the Lord put on him, I don't mind that. No, I tell my wife, no, don't bring no ground beef in here. I don't really want red meat. Hey, if you want to have a steak, go get lamb. That's what I tell my wife. If we want steak, go get lamb. Because I have a video I'm about to show, and the water saying for that precept. Actually, I'm about to put that on the screen right now because of my brother just put that up. I have to. Hold on, I have to put this on the screen. Dang. Oh yeah. I'm over here about to lose what I wanted to say. Where is it at? Damn. I know they didn't take it off. Wait, no, it's up here. It got to be up here. Where is it at? Where is that? Here we go. Watch this. Watch this shit.
Slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you...
Then I got another video where they put all different types of meats together to make your hamburgers. When you read it, what he says on here, Deuteronomy 28 to 53 to 63, which you can read, but I'm going to just read 53. That's on the screen. You will eat your children, the flesh of your sons and your daughters, Yahweh, your power has given you during the siege and hardship your enemy opposed on you. Hey, ain't nothing new under the sun. When you got to think, Jacob trouble come, food is going to be out, especially when we look at Sirach, the 16th chapter. People going to be looking for another person. In that time, a lot of brothers and sisters going to sleep with one eye open. Because some people are gonna look, it ain't no food around, no alligator, motherfuckers dry mouth. They're gonna look at your newborn baby if you got a baby and snatch that mother sucker and eat that baby without hot sauce. Cause we did this back then. Woo! Right? That was a good precept my brother brought out. Let me bring out more of these comments. I see somebody else. Wait, hold on. Okay, let me see this one. It says even the fruits are fake. Yeah. This goes all praise to my wife probably slowed down with buying, the frozen fruit that's in the bags. It's still good, but still at the end of the day, we never got to see them cut that fruit. And how is it most of the time my wife get the container fruit and I'm making my fruitful and it get mold on it. But this is why you go to the Matthew 6 and 25, I believe. If I'm wrong, brothers, you could drop that verse. If I'm wrong with this verse, if I'm wrong on the verse that I'm trying to get. Hold on, let me make the screen big again. If I'm wrong, let me see if this is the one. This is the one. St. Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, in the body than the raiment. You know, because this goes into actually verse 26. Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather unto barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So like even when I be talking to my rib, we'll drink a lot of sink water. And guess what? The sink water is so contaminated. It's really bad. You got freaking lead in there. You got probably metal peelings in there, and you got dirt, right? And a lot of that sink water is just filtered water from doo-doo and pee-pee. Your shower, your sink, your kitchen sink, all of that, and the washer downstairs when you're washing your clothes, all of that comes from the same source, right? But the Lord still allowed me to live to 30, I'm going to say 32, right? He allowed me to live these many years, right? Let alone however old any brother or sister is on this live, right? But good point. Mr. 12, we chosen said, this is scary, King, not gonna lie. Shoot, it's scary to me. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, because each one teach one. We got to get it right and get it tight. If you ain't getting it right, your shit ain't gonna be tight. It's like, say if you know your father is coming home, right? Or your mom is coming home and she allowed you to stay home and she said, yo, you better clean this mother sucking house. When I get back, ain't shit better be on the floor. So before she get back, especially if you had a party, you know, kids, they have a party. Oh, my mom and dad going, let's have a party, but they gonna come back at 8 at night. You kick everybody else, you're gonna clean. A lot of us, we think, oh yeah, the Lord coming back. But I'm going to wait until I know the actual date when he comes, and then I'm going to get my life together. You niggas is brutish, straight brutish. If you don't know what brutish is, that's why your ass stupid. Brutish means stupid, right? There's too much chaos going on. The brother Sirach Yasharallam, he brought out Sirach 30 and 25. It says, a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet, right? A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. That means he's observing. He cares what he eats. He cares what he puts in his mouth. That's why I can understand people that go vegan. But if you in this truth, don't just boast it in the air because somebody gonna tell you, you better be eating that lamb for Passover. Some person gonna tell me because they was boasting about vegan. Yay, Shalom Israel. I'm telling you, get on that vegan wave. I said, yo, Passover coming up, you eating that lamb. She said, hey, gee, I'm eating lamb. I'm eating that vegan lamb. Oh, the Lord's still with me. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua was a vegan lamb. You out your rabbit, man. You got to eat that real lamb with haste. You think Moses and them was eating fake lamb? Right? You always want to be careful on what you eat, especially a lot of women, their immune system might not be like men. Some women can probably put on weight faster than men, or it could be the other way around. That's why you should be watching yourself. Don't always have some sweet snickety snacks. Most snickety snacks and some food put weight on you, especially if you eat late at night, because I went to jail and we would eat late at night. So when we went to sleep, all that food, we would sit on that weight and it would blow us up. So you don't want, sometimes when you eat late at night, especially if it's something heavy, if it has yeast in it, it's going to grow. And this is why you start growing, you start getting thicker, or I'm getting fat. That's why you should be careful on what you eat if you want to stay looking good. Okay, that was the same comment. I'm trying to make sure I get to every good comment. You feel me? Everybody is saying some good things. You know, they getting in there. Wait, hold on. You know what? Let me just use this. That's why the Bible says men shouldn't live off bread alone, right? We should be living off the words that proceedeth out of the Most High. That's why every man and woman should be running to their Bible, especially when you see stuff. We don't watch the news, but say if you do, or you watching the end time headlines, it should make you hurry up and tell somebody, or tell your loved ones, or if you really care for your loved ones, you're gonna share this video. You're gonna share Sam's video when he's doing a current event, or Asher, or Elder Tahar, or whoever you watch that's really out here teaching this ministry. You want to share those videos on your social media, Stop being oh yeah, I know I'm an Israelite, but you ain't watching nothing. You just, I'm an Israelite, right? So I see somebody said no meat gang. Hey, that's fine. You don't have to eat meat. But if you know that you're an Israelite, you have to eat meat on Passover. I'm gonna just show a scripture, not saying you don't eat lamb. I'm not saying you don't, but just for edification's sake. It's cool if any man on here and any woman want to be a vegan. Clap, clap, bravo. Everybody clap for all the healthy vegans. But if you a vegan on this Passover, I already did mine, right? But if you are doing Passover, you better sit your vegan butt down and eat you some lamb. You feel me? This is Exodus chapter 12, verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Basically, the first month of the year. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, which will be the black, Latinos, and natives in this modern time, saying in the 10th day of this month. So the 10th day of the month, when Passover comes on the first month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, not vegan, lamb. And I know some people, oh, that don't mean that the lamb has to be real. So I'm about to play a trick since y'all want to play a trick, right? For anybody, because I heard some people on Facebook and I seen sisters say, I don't have to eat physical lamb. I can make vegan lamb.
Strong's H 7716. Say.
So lamb in this verse says, one of a flock, lamb, sheep, goat, young goat, sheep, goat, flock, collective. I really did this because somebody would say, oh, that don't mean you have to have a physical lamb. So even though we know what lamb is, I just had to do that because somebody would do that. It says, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbors next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for your lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the firstborn of the first year. So if you're eating vegan lamb, was it a male? And you can't say yes, and you gotta say no. Because if it's vegan, that means it's not a real lamb. Right? That's a cut. Ye shall take it out from the sheep and or from the goat. So now we understand, right? So Lord willing, we do, right? So it's fine. Sirach 30 and 15, it says, health and good estate of the body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinity wealth. So look, you sisters and brothers, and this is why sisters can be more a sex appeal towards their husband, right? Let alone brothers. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. No sister's going, hey, unless she like her little chunky monkey, you know what I'm saying? This is fine, you know what I'm saying? You like what you like. But scripture-wise, let alone, I want to think about the future. Jacob Trouble, what if you got to run? You don't want some, they tired every 5 minutes, right? But it says health and good estate of body are above all gold. So that's why a healthy body is, I don't eat, you might not eat lamb or anything. You might not eat meat, but you probably still look sloppy. You eat too much, right? Some people think they eating healthy, but they ain't working it out. If they got a low metabolism, that means you gain weight more than you lose it. So any person that has a bad metabolism, you should be working out, sweating a little, walk if you need to. This is why when a woman is always moving, cleaning, moving stuff, that's a little workout. You moving. But if you have a wife that I'm tired, I always got to clean and all of that, man, this is why women got to stay busy, because they are the weaker vessel. Right. And I know a lot of women be feeling insecure if they look a little chubby, or they, oh man, I don't look attractive. I got bumps on my face. Oh, I don't look attractive. Then if you feel you're not attractive, you need to work on that shit. Right. It says a strong body above affinity wealth. So it's some sisters. What did the Lord give Adam? A helpmeet. So she was moving and tuving. So she was doing more than some of you niggas would do for another brother. Sometimes I will, but I'm not calling yarn my yarn when, hey, yo, babe, every time moving the couch, she helping me because she can lift. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? If you do have a weak wife, guess what? Having all these kids, Jacob trouble comes, she's going to have to patrol the kids while you either hunting for food or you fighting off an enemy. You don't want no weak woman or a healthy woman or a healthy or a non-healthy man. We all should be taking care of our health, right? Shalom, shalom, Sirach. I'm sorry if I didn't say shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shai. He brought out Hosea 9:3. It says, they shall not dwell in Yahweh's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt, which is captivity, and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria. Right? When they even came here, they were eating unclean. They eating boars. Lobster, crab, and shrimp became not a poor man's meal. It became a cuisine, right? They probably was eating octopus. They was probably eating squid. They probably was eating clams, right? And look what we do. We have the C4 boil. It's a black sister that go on YouTube. Y'all probably all know her. She's very famous. She used to be nice, thin, and beautiful, right? Not beautiful in the way I want her because she had a husband, but she was a beautiful woman. And she been doing her YouTube so much, she gained weight and now she look big as hell. And it's only mostly her videos is C4 boils. He said Yahshua is our lamb, no need for animal sacrifices. We're not sacrificing the lamb. If you do Passover, you have to do it. What is Passover about? We just went to Exodus. Passover is about the death spirit passing over. Every time we talk about Passover, you have to go to Moses first, because Moses does the whole physical one. When he eats the lamb is symbolic to Yahushai. When Yahushai comes back, since Yahushai is not with us right now, he is with us through spirit if we got the knowledge. But technically, you still have to eat the lamb because the lamb is symbolic to Yahushai. When we say no need for animal sacrifices, why are you eating unleavened bread? Unleavened bread is Yahushai's body. Why are you drinking wine or grape juice? Because grape juice or wine is symbolic to his blood. Why are you eating bitter herb? Bitter herb is for your bitter affliction, but when you eat it after a Mashiach, you're eating bitter herbs for the affliction of a Mashiach Yahushai. So then with that logic you just said, you shouldn't do Passover. But that would be a total lie. You have to eat lamb. That's why I went to Exodus. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The disciples had to do it the way Yahushai because they were walking with Yahushai, right? You eating the lamb is not a sacrifice. The lamb is symbolic to Yahushai. That's why people need to read their Bible more. And his name is not Yeshua, it's Yahushai. Yeshua is Yiddish. Ancient Hebrew is Yahushai. Right? But hey, that might go over some people's head. Yeah, we could talk about it. Yahushua Mashiach is our lamb. He is the true Passover. Yes, he is. He is the true. When you say the true Passover, yes, he was that spirit that passed over and killed the firstborn. But Yahushua is that lamb. Yes, you are right. He is that lamb, but you don't see it. Show me in scripture where Yahushua say don't eat physical lamb. He didn't even say that to the disciples because he was the lamb. Do you see Yahushua anywhere? You better not say Yahju. He's not here. So we still have to read. Never mind. I'm going to do what Sam does. This is what my brother Sam do. My brother Sam do this. He be like, you know what? I'm going to just show you. I'm going to show you what my grandpappy used to always show me. This is Judges chapter 5. This is before Yahushua, right? Judges chapter 5, verse 11. It says, they that deliver me from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts, right? It's many righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. What are the righteous acts? The 613 laws we find in the first book of the Bible, which we supposed to rehearse daily. So when you look at Exodus 12, that is a thing you are supposed to rehearse. With Yahushai, he still did Passover with them. It's just, why would he eat the lamb? Because it takes away from who he is. That's why you don't see him talking about lamb, because he is the lamb. They had the lamb in front of him, a human flesh. But when he's gone, it still goes back to Moses. Me and you are not on the level of the disciples because we're not walking with Yahushai physically. So we still have to rehearse the same symbolic movement of what happened in Egypt. Lord willing, that was edifying, right? He said bread represents his body and the wine for blood. That's a fact. That's a fact. And the lamb is him. The lamb is Yahushua HaMashiach. But the disciples didn't eat it because they were walking with him. Please understand that. That's like you talking to me and say if I'm symbolic to chicken. You can't eat the chicken if I'm symbolic to chicken and I'm with you. I'm with you right now. But if I'm gone, you have to go back to what Judges 5 and 11. You have to rehearse these righteous acts. Another thing, this is where it's going to lose your mind. Only the disciples wasn't eating lamb because they were walking with Yahushua. What was the Pharisees and the scribes and the Sadducees eating? Because they followed the law. They were eating lamb. They wasn't walking with Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you are supposed to still eat lamb regardless, right? So, hey, I'm not here to force it. I'm just here to tell you. So now back into it. If anybody has any more questions, adding on to what we going on to, please feel free. Please feel free. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of something, right? So we deal with the meat, right? We got the pastor and we have these bombs. And then after that, I'm going to close out, okay?
He knows that it has but a short time. He knows what a lot of people act like they don't know, that it's almost midnight. This thing is almost over. You're going to see changes this year. What you're going to see a nation that once openly associated with God. You're going to see in America, Satan celebrated openly. You're going to see a nation crumble. This country is in trouble. You got to hear what I'm saying. This year, a lot of people are going to fall victim to the devil's deception. You're going to see people that were here a long time. You're going to see the enemy deceive. And they're going to believe that they're right when everybody around them will know that they're wrong. You've got to keep your mind stayed on him. This will be the year that you're going to see the proof of the lateness of the hour in a greater way. Technology is going to explode this year. You're going to see things you never even dreamed of as being real. You're going to see it come to pass. Things he knows that it has but a short time. He knows what a lot of people act like they don't know, that it's almost midnight. This thing is almost over. You're going to see changes this year. What you're going to see a nation that once openly associated with God. You're going to see in America, Satan celebrated openly. You're going to see a nation crumble. This country is in trouble. You got to hear what I'm saying. This year, a lot of people are going to fall victim to the devil's deception. You're going to see people that were here a long time. You're going to see the enemy deceive. And they're going to believe that they're right when everybody around them will know that they're wrong. You've got to keep your mind stayed on him. This will be the year that you're going to see the proof of the lateness of the hour in a greater way. Technology is going to explode this year. You're going to see things you never even dreamed of as being real. You're going to see it come to pass. Things he knows that it has.
See, now he is right. Knowledge will increase. Technology will increase, right? This is going to be the year that it's going to get worse, right? And this is adding on to that.
Like a major escalation from North Korea, firing multiple ballistic missiles. This after launching an intercontinental ballistic missile Saturday. The Japanese defense minister said that particular weapon could reach every corner of the U.S. As the U.S. begins its joint military exercises alongside South Korea and Japan, flying long-range supersonic bombers in a show of force.
We call on others to condemn this action, to take appropriate steps, including the effective enforcement of sanctions.
North Korean state TV showing a recent launch on Sunday. Tonight, Kim Jong-un's sister saying whether or not North Korea uses the Pacific Ocean as its shooting range depends on the United States. It's the latest in a barrage of threats from North Korea as Pyongyang continues to boast its nuclear weapon supply, displaying its largest arsenal of weapons, a dozen ICBMs, at a military parade earlier this month. Today, a state media broadcaster saying the surprise launch is proof of the country's nuclear power. As the temperature in the region rises, the joint military drills just getting underway. Megan Fitzgerald, NBC News.
Hold on, y'all.
Tonight, a major escalation from North Korea, firing multiple ballistic missiles. This after launching an intercontinental ballistic missile Saturday. The Japanese defense minister said that particular weapon could reach every corner of the U.S. As the U.S. begins its joint military exercises alongside South Korea and Japan, flying long-range supersonic bombers in a show of force.
We call on...
I'm going to get this. This is Ecclesiastes. And if anybody got precepts, you can always drop them things down, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. It says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Right? We have certain areas, especially like Ukraine, that's dealing with war right now. But just like when we see in Matthew the 24th chapter, verse 6 and 7, is going to be war and rumors of war. But all of this is going to, for the future, is going to usher in World War III, right? That's why it's going to be a time for war. Let me just get that Matthew 24 and 6, because then eventually it's going to actually be a real war, right? And I highly doubt any of us is going to be living comfortably, right? We're not just going to be in our houses. A lot of us is going to be moving to and fro. But before America even get touched, through the power of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai might be going to Jehoshaphat first, which we see in Joel. But when he comes to destroy America, the hopeful elect will get beamed up, right? So Matthew 24 and 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. The end is not yet. We just hear a whole bunch of men, hibbity hoo, talking about war. Let me go to this one. Let me see if this is one that I was looking for. Jeremiah 51 and 20, I believe. Let me see. Let me see if this is the one I want. Right, this is fire. Yeah, I'm gonna read verse 19, right? Because it's all about Israel growing through the spirit, right? Because yes, I can be bringing out mad scriptures of nukes, right? This place is going to be destroyed. Revelations 18, the 18th chapter. America is going to be destroyed in 60 minutes. But what the hell Yahweh Shai going to be doing in Jehoshaphat is going to be bloody. Even if you look at the news, right? I'm going to read this scripture. Even if you look at certain things in the news, you'll find out that the Euphrates is drying up, man. The Lord is clearing the battlefield. What the heck? I want to show you the joint where it's actually drying up. Look, you got it right here. Where is it at? They got another picture where they show you it clear drying up. Right here. That thing drying up. Woo! Heme is drying up. Look at that. You see that? You see how clear that is? The Euphrates is drying up. You feel me? Hold on. Let me see if we can get one when the Euphrates was actually, look, over here is drying. Look, you got things that was underwater coming out, right? These is part of the Bible prophecies, man. Let me see if I can get one clear. They showing the Euphrates. Show me the Euphrates when it's okay. This one right here, right? That's a lot of water right there. But what we just saw, the Euphrates is getting dried up. You see it over here, Euphrates River in Iraq. In this picture right here, that joint drying up, right? Let me show you. Y'all see all of it. Y'all can go search everything that I posted yourselves. You know, I'm just a guy that just likes showing it because I know Israel. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war. But with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So the Lord is going to use us to break the nations, and the Lord is going to be with us. So we're going to be slaying with Hamashiach Yahushai. Let me go to this one. It says, you are my battle axe and sword. Sword is a weapon, says Yahweh. With you I will shatter nations and destroy many kingdoms. With you I will shatter armies, destroying the horse and rider, the chariots and charioteers. Now back then, when the prophets was prophesying certain things of the future, they couldn't really get that good visual. So when it's talking about chariots back then, in ancient, they would use chariots with horses. The new chariots are going to be the chariots the Lord ride, even though certain congregations, especially one body, they don't believe in chariots. But the Lord's vehicles is chariots. But America and the world, they use airplanes, right? They use helicopters. They use jets, fighter jets, right? Those are, it says, destroying horse and rider and chariots and charioteers, right? The horses can go into army trucks, right? Because nowadays, most people in war now, they don't ride on horses. Back in the old times, like when you watch the movie Troy or Gladiator, you got people back in cowboys, they ride horses. So we got to be logical. In this time, yeah, you see cops, but when war going on, they not riding horses. They're going to get into bulletproof army trucks, right? Bulletproof cars, right? The freaking big ass Jeeps. Those is bulletproof. Those will be the horses, right? And who are the riders? The riders is the drivers. It says, with you, I will, only if you can get it. If your spirit allow you to get that, you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? If not, I can't make you understand this, right? So Lord willing, through the spirit, the Lord allow you to understand it. If not, you just got to pray and ask the Lord to increase you in his knowledge. So I'm going to go to, let me get this one, Revelation 17, right? Because this is the major point, man. This is the teapot. Revelations chapter 17, verse 1 to 4. It says, and there came one of the seven angels which had seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And the waters goes into, the more you read, it's talking about people, right? It's talking about people and it's talking about land, right? And that whore would be America. Now, hey, if you don't get it, that's fine. I believe, let me see if I have the picture. I might not have it on this computer. I might not have it. So let me see if I can get it on here. Hey, this is the picture, but this is not what I want. I want to actually get, I believe it's the great millstone or the One West picture of the whore on a dragon. That's the one I want. Right? It's just like all the pictures you see, but it's more explanatory. It's more plain. If they'll let me get it. I have it on my other computer, but I'm not live on my other computer. So for some reason, they might be crafty and not let me get it. Dang it. Damn demons. Damn, where is it? Sugars. Okay, I mean, I probably could deal. Yeah, I probably could deal with that one picture. Since I can't get the picture I want, I'll just use the one we just seen. Well, what's that song called? You can't always get what you want. So I can't really get what I want. So that's fine, right? So I'll just go to this one. So it says Babylon revived, right? And this is going into Revelations, the 17th chapter. So it said a whore. It said it was a whore. So the whore is the woman, which really is America, right? And what is a whore? A prostitute, a freak leak. And that's what America is, a freak leak for all philosophies. So when you read verse 1, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, upon many people. So the Lord is going to judge this great whore, right? Great America, great Babylon. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Kings would be rulers. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The philosophy, I actually have it all right here, you know, I like taking notes now. The Lord increased me. I like taking notes now. They would be drunk with democracy, religion, idolatry, homosexuality, lies, adultery, and covetousness and murder. Let alone that murder they're going to push into Israel to hate your brother. That's why they push drugs, right? And then it become a war between our own brothers. Covetousness, a lot of us desire to be celebrities, desire to be on TV. We desire everything else, but Yahweh Shema Shai, adultery. A lot of women are going to be, excuse my language, are going to be hopping from dick to dick, right? A lot of our women is still married because their husband is still alive. Let alone there's a lot of men, even myself in my past life, we lay with other men's wives, right? And Esau promotes that every day. Even when if any man were watching porn, which we need to stop doing, if you ever go on YouTube, some of these women that's on porn actually have a husband. They have a boyfriend or a husband that they're actually dealing with, but they do porn. That is adultery. And you have a spiritual adultery, you know, cleaving on to other beliefs in the eyes of the Lord. Lies, which America is built on lies, and homosexuality. What they do, they butt broke a lot of men. And like the book I have in my Kindle, you even have women that were secretly having sex with some of the Hebrew slaves, right? Idolatry, worshiping other gods, and this is what they promote here, and they promote in every other captivity, and religion. This place give you every religion, but they don't give you your culture or your inheritance or your history as a nation, and democracy, right? Economy, right? Now, I think it's a precept to this before I keep going. I believe it is. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. That's why you see nations keep talking about U.S., U.S., U.S. America got all nations drunk. America was pushing. It was really the elites that brought all their little European minions to America. They promoted banking. They promoted this bullshit. They promoted the New World Order, right? Revelations 14:8. And there follow another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication. I can't wait until Israel can really say Babylon is fallen. But technically, during what we just seen in the videos in the beginning of this video, let alone what's going on in the news, Babylon slowly but surely is falling. And if you can throw a 777 in the chat. If you happy Babylon is going through hell right now, throw up a 777. I'm going to throw up a 777 because I know y'all not going to throw up a 777. Let me throw up a 777 in the chat. Where are all my 777 brothers and sisters in the chat? You feel me? 777 in the chat. This place has to be finished, right? Let me just read 18:3. Revelations 18:3. For all nations have drunk. They doing it again. We just read that in Revelations 14:8 and in Jeremiah 51:7. Now we about to read that again in 18:3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Fornication, well, when you go into the word fornication, it's going to talk about homosexuality, lesbianism, adultery, and laying with animals, right? But it's other fornication, dabbling into their philosophies, dabbling into their way of how they move. That's why when America created this central dollar in the currency, all nations followed on to it, right? And it says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of their delicacies. And look, you got to know, America is waxed rich. This is why America is the face. Yes, they're bankrupt, but America is the face because we have the elites that are the rulers of this place and the puppets that are in the face of control. They just put them there. All praises be to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that we get to see it, man. Look at the technology they got, the airplanes that they got. The Lord put that on their spirit to learn how to create these things. I see, I got the inbox of what I wanted, right? But I'm gonna finish reading that, but I'm going to get you guys this picture I was looking for, right? This is the picture I was talking about. Actually, a matter of fact, I'm going to just download this to my handy dandy computer. Now what? I download it. I don't need nobody to show me where it's at. Now what? You feel me? This is what I'm talking about for Revelation, and it's clear. All praise to the Most High. You deserve a cookie or something. It's clear. It's clear. This is beautiful. This is for Revelation 17. It says the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. That's why you have to read the whole chapter of 17 to even understand what I'm even talking about, right? The whore is this person right here. And I clearly said it shows right there, Revelation 17:1, the great whore. And it's called America, right? Even Israel is called a woman, right? What did he tell Hosea? Hosea, go get you a whoredom wife and make a whoredom baby, because my nation is going to be symbolic to whoredom. Hosea chapter 1. And look at America. America is symbolic to a whore too. but the funny thing, a white whore. That's the funny part. It's a white whore at that. Right? And it says it sits on 7 heads. The 7 heads is the 7 Edomite kingdoms. 7 of them, right? And the names full of blasphemy, right? The Greeks, British, Germany minor, the French, Romans, and Germany major, right? And you got to know it all ties into NATO and the EU, right? It's deeper powers, right? It's deeper powers that's in a line, right? So let's go back. Revelation 17:3, and it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. I showed you the 7 heads. The 10 horns would be right here: Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy. I got it right here because it's kind of more blurry. I think it's Lugenberg, the Netherlands, Greece, Ireland, England, and West Germany, right? But this is modern names, right? You never know what kind of name they could be going under. And this place, like I told you, the philosophy of this place that every nation got drunk with was democracy, religion, idolatry, homosexuality, lies, adultery, covetousness, murder. All nations fall under this. All nations, regardless how they do their democracy and how they do their religion, how they do their idolatry, homosexuality, their lies, their adultery, their covetousness, and their murder. They all follow the philosophy of this great stupid whore, right? I need to go back to where I was. Sorry, y'all. I got to go back to where I was, right? I'm over here bringing out some secret investigations, right? I'm going to just go to right where I wanted to go. We're just going to go to Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. Should I go to 2? Should I go to 2? Ooh. Before we go to what's going to happen in Jehoshaphat, I'm going to just read these 2 verses. This is Joel 2:1. And verse 2, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess. Right? Because the day of the Lord is darkness. And when he comes this last time, it's gonna be a day you won't forget, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even the years of many generations. Right? And I'm gonna just show this the wada for this picture right here. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? Let me get this Independence Day and the Independence Day UFO. There we go. This might be better. This is not what I want. Yeah, man, we talk about this every day, and I'm not gonna lie. This big ass chariot coming down, what in the living applesauce? Look, when we talk about a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire, this is what we talking about right here. Now, first of all, let me go over here, man. I want to put this in your mind, man. When the Lord come, man, the day of the Lord is darkness. You know what? Let me get that precept for y'all. The day of the Lord is darkness. Y'all just keep looking at this picture while I get this precept for y'all. And you tell me how you feel. Let me see what people say in the chat. When you see that, This is going to happen. The strangeness of Israel's salvation. Man, I'm gonna show you, man. I gotta get it. I gotta get it for you. I gotta get it for you real quick. I'm gonna get it real quick. Amos 5:18. Amos 5:18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light." Right? The day of the Lord is darkness, it's not light. Let's go to the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord. Let's look at it. Isaiah 5:30. In that day they shall war against them like the warring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, pain, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof. Woo! Isaiah 9:19. Through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened. Right? And look, you see it. You in the other one, you see, look, right here. No, yeah, you could just see it right here. It's going to get dark. Yes, of course, we still see light, but it's, well, imagine that whole thing covering it. It's going to be dark because there's no sun, right? Where was we? Darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. People are like, when you put trees in a fire, they're the fume to make it rise or get more hotter. No man shall spare his brother. Isaiah 24:11. There is a crying for wine in the streets, blood. That the wine is represent blood. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Because even when you go, I believe it's Malachi 1:3, it says that Esau will build and I will tear down. That's why when the Lord comes, we're going to see the Lord tear down everything Esau built, even his freaking empire, his freaking dynasty, right? Let me go to, I'm going to read these two, and then I'll go back to Joel. Jeremiah 30:7, at last, for that day is great. We're going to say at last, but we're waiting, right? For that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So anybody that's really striving for the Lord, you're going to be saved out of it. This moment right here is for strivers. This is not for couch potatoes, niggas that don't give a damn. To serve the Lord, you have to want to strive. Joel 1:15, Salaki, it says, alas, for that day, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. We are at hand for the destruction that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to bring, right? But a lot of us is not ready. America still got to get right. You got to get right before that coming. So I am just going to read. I'm going to read the NLT, right? This is Joel 3:1. It says, at the time of those events, you see what we just read, saying Yahweh, when I restore the prosperity of Judah and Jerusalem, the southern and northern kingdom of Israel. We're talking about the Black, Latinos, and natives, right? I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? So what we're going to do is Jehoshaphat. We're gonna look at it. Let's be visuals. Let's see what we find. So I typed in the valley of Jehoshaphat. When I look in this map, it shows Jehoshaphat is damn near right adrift off from Jerusalem. Let's keep going. I want to make sure let's make God true and every man a liar, right? I want to make sure we all know where Jehoshaphat is, the valley of Jehoshaphat, because that's what he calls it. Kendar, the Kendar Valley, also known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, because I know damn sure the Valley of Jehoshaphat is not in America, right? Look, you can see right here that Armageddon is on its way to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, because I do believe the Lord is going to stand on the olive tree. I forgot one of these Edom mice was talking about it. The Valley of Jehoshaphat right there. I just want to make it clear for you guys, you know. I ain't trying to force it. And that's the amazing thing about the Lord. The Lord named people, and then the next thing you know, he named a place after him, right? We're reading Joel 3 right now. The Valley of Jehoshaphat. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people. So the Lord is going to plead with them there for his people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So he's going to meet them all the way in Jehoshaphat, and it's going to go down, right? So now that you see it, Lord willing, we can all believe it, right? So verse 2 again, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. There will I judge them, and harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations and for dividing up my land. People want to say God's people is everybody in the world. If that was the case, why didn't he just explain it easy? Because not everybody in this world is his people. Not everybody that he cared that's really his people is his possession, right? Now my brother Sam Judah put a precept, and I'm gonna stay right there in Joel. We're gonna get his precept. I don't care what y'all say. We getting his precept today before the time run out. We can go to Isaiah 66. Hey, what happened? Isaiah 66. Ooh. Oh, this brother trying to give y'all the kill shot. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's get it. Let me click it over to the KJ Vizzle. Isaiah 66, verse 15 to 17, it says, Yahweh Shemal Shai will come with fire. What is that fire? Thermal nukes. He's going to come with those missiles that the Lord put a spirit on our enemies to make. He's going to use those missiles, let alone the lasers that's going to come out that mothership. He will ride on the wings of a storm to punish those he is angry with. It says he will ride on the wings of a storm. Let's see what is the wing of a storm. Where is that picture at? The wings of a storm. There you go, right here. This is the wings of the storm. When it comes with a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire, right? It says, by fire and sword, he will punish all the people of the world whom he finds guilty, and many will be put to death. And that goes even with the nation of Israel. 2/3 is going to be killed. That deals with the nation of the Edomites. Actually, let me show a picture of it. Now, I'm going to say it. We're going to read it and we're going to say it at the same time, right? The Lord don't change. It's just we change. Our thought process change, right? So let's read that part again. It says, by fire and sword, basically a weapon, right? And what did we just read? The Lord is going to use Israel. And of course, he's using a Mashiach Yahushai. And that fire is those missiles and the lasers from the chariots. He will punish all the people of the world whom he finds guilty, and many will be put to death. So when we look in the 18 chart, in the 18 chart nation, Israel, my brothers and sisters, 2/3 of our people would die out of this nation. Some people would die out this nation, the white nation, the Elam nation, Ashar nation, Aram nation, Islam nation, Moab nation, Ammon nation, Cush nation, Mizraim nation, Phut nation, Canaan nation, Gomar nation, Magog nation, Javan nation, Ashkenazi nation, Tarshish nation, and Kittim nation. But it's going to be a remnant of each one of them. 144,000 out of Israel, along with the 1/3, those will be preserved, right? The 1/3 will be refined through the fire. And it's going to be a remnant. I don't know who, I don't know how many, but it's going to be it's going to be a nice remnant of the white nation, the Indian nation, the Assyrians, the Syria, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Ethiopians, the Egyptians, the Africa, the North Africans, the Turkeys, the Russians, the real Greeks, the Germans, the real Spanish, and the real Cyprus. It's going to be a remnant of them, but they're going to get killed off. Right? 17, it says, Yahweh says, the end is near for those who purify themselves for pagan worship, who goes in procession to scarce gardens and who eat pork and mice. See, I did change this from the GNT. It's supposed to go to KJV. 17 is like very crucial. 17, it says, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? Yeah, I'm going to read it again. Because I did just read it in the GNT when I tried to put it in KJV. So 15 again, it said, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. And this is the chariot. Even if through the spirit, only people that's moving in the spirit is going to get this, right? With his chariots with like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So he's going to be shooting lasers out of them chariots, let alone the missiles that's going to be what he's saying in the that's going to blot out the sky, right? America's going to get hit, let alone it's going to be bombs going to other places too. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. There's going to be a lot that dies, and there's going to be a few that be preserved. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine flesh and abomination in the mouse, shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. Right? You eating that damn pork, you're going to be consumed. You eating the damn mouse, which we know who really eat that damn mouse is Moab. But I know it's some jakes out there that's probably eating Master Splinter. You damn nasty. You're going to get consumed. You're going to die. Right? That was a beautiful precept my brother brought. Right? Let me see. Okay, no other preset. Right? So back to Joel 3. I'm going to read verse 3. And it says, and they threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves. They traded boys to obtain prostitute, right? So boys was being prostitutes, but I bet you they were, excuse my language, they were having sex with boys. And so girls, and they probably was having sex with women too, because basically the oppressors were pimps. And sold girls for enough wine to get drunk. So they sold some of our girls just for wine. And most of those girls that were sold for wine, they were probably were used as sex slaves. What do you have against me, Tyre and Zidon, and you cities of Palestine, when you look in the KJV? Are you trying to take revenge on me? If you are, then watch out. I will strike swiftly and pay you back for everything you have done. It's the one verse where it says that they're gonna try to make war with the with Yahushai and the hopeful elect. I'm just trying to make sure I get the right verse. Okay, so it was in the same chapter we was just at, Revelations 13. Revelations 13. Let's see if I'm right. I believe Revelations 13 and 7. Right. Revelations 13 and 7, it says, and it was given unto him to make war. Let me start at 6. And it says, and he opened his mouth in blaspheming against God, which America does, to blaspheming his name, which America does. But we're going to say the elite, because they orchestrated that damn Caesar Borgia picture, and they orchestrated the same things the Greeks in the ancient Romans have done by making us eat unclean foods, right? And his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all comrades and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. And if any man have an ear, let him hear. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Let alone the ones that did us wrong all the way to the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai. You went to war with us. Guess what? War is going to happen to you. You put us in captivity, you're going to go into captivity. Same when Yahushai touched down. Anybody that's picking up a knife to go to war against Yahushai and his hopeful elect, you're going to die by the sword. Soon as you initiate, I'm gonna kill these mother suckers, you're gonna die. Right? My brother put another precept on the screen. We gonna get it. Second Esdras, I believe he put the 15th chapter. No, Salaki, he put the 13th chapter. The 13th chapter, verse 5 to 11. And it says, after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. Right? I got a precept for that just to make sure it all goes smoothly. Psalms 149. And that multitude has to be, and when you go to Jude, because there's only one chapter, verse 14 and 15, it shows you the Lord is going to come down with 10,000 of his saints, right? Psalms 149. I'm going to start at 6. It says, let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bid their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Right? But I should have started at 5. And it says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. The saints is the children of Israel. Technically, the hopeful elect. Right? Saints. Psalms 23 and 1. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. Right? The saints is the sheep. Because who is the shepherd? Hamashiach Yahushai. What did he tell Peter? Feed my sheep. Psalms 118:15. The voice of rejoicing and salvation is in the tabernacles of the righteous. Right? The right hand of Yahweh doeth valiantly. The righteous is the hopeful elect. The hopeful elect is the saints. Let me just get this last one. I'll just get Romans 5 and 2. It says, by whom also we have access by faith into his grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. Who was given grace? Right? We have to go all the way back to Hamashiach Yahushai. Who was that given to? The 12 tribes of Israel. We were given that grace. Right? So back to where I had to. So back to verse 5. And after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men, right? Out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. We seen with fetters and chains, but beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Let's see. This is what he flew upon, a chariot, right? Read that again. And behold, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. You got to see it again. A lot of us, if we were standing or if we were in an airplane beneath that and we were to look straight, we wouldn't be able to see because the chariot is so damn big. Is that whole cloud, that cloud of the pillar of cloud, the pillar of fire is going to block. You ain't going to be able to see, let alone when we look at this picture, it can be the same way, right? Sam, I'm just showing these pictures, right? Say if you on this side, you're on this side in this picture. I know y'all can see my arrow. I know that the camera is a little slow, right? But when you see this side right here on the left side is light. If you standing on this side, it's going to be so dark for you. When you look on this side, you ain't going to be able to see. That's what Ezra is going into, right? You could be on this side looking this way. It's going to be so dark. You're not going to be able to see the other side of whatever this is. But I know what it is a chariot, right? Verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place without the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid and yet durst fight. So people that was trying to gather to subdue Hamashiach Yahushua, they were so afraid. They were so afraid, terrified. It says, lo, and as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand. He didn't lift up his hand, nor held a sword, nor any instrument of war. It's another one, where it says our weapons are not carnal, right? But it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, right? That's Hamashiach Yahushua gonna be a real fire spitter. It says out of his lips a flaming breath. That's a real fire conversation. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Just hearing that precept, you ain't fucking with Yahushua. Them nukes ain't gonna do shit to Yahushua. That's a skittle, right? It says they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And it says, afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain. He came down from the mountain. So that means he got off the chariot and called unto him another peaceful multitude, right? And you could just keep on going on that. But I want to go to Jude, the first chapter, right? Let me get that. Jude 14:15. And it says, and Enoch also, the seventh of Adam, prophesied of these sayings, behold, Yahweh B'Shem Shai cometh with 10,000 of his saints to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds. An ungodly person is somebody that's godless, right? Which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speech, which ungodly sinners have spoken against me, right? We're going to come, whoever these brothers is, Lord willing, I am. I do got that warrior spirit. Lord willing, I am one of those saints that he brings down here to bring havoc. That's only 10,000. 10,000. You feel me? Let me read this in the NLT. There's no way to run away from this. It says, Enoch, who lived in the 7th generation after Adam, prophesied about these people. He said, listen, Yahweh is coming with countless thousands of his holy ones to execute judgment on the people of the world, who will convict every person of all the ungodly things they have done, and for all the insults that ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So guess what? You 2/3, you're going to have a taste of the hopeful elect too, right? All nations, the Lord is going to plead with all flesh, right? So Lord willing, we got in there. Lord willing, not one stone was unturned. Lord willing, we turned every stone, right? I could go way longer, but I'm gonna spare my own self. But I was edified because it's always a learning thing. It gets you excited. Certain precepts made me want to do another lesson. Beautiful for the brothers and sisters that actually came to actually listen. Lord willing, it put the spiritual fear upon you to actually serve the Lord, actually with being sincere with all your heart and all your might. And Lord willing, it have you, rethinking on how you want to live your life in this freaking wicked world. And with that is your brother Dargabar with another one. Lord willing, I can do another one. Oh man, see, my brother came in with the clutch. I have to get it. See, I was about to close out. Psalms 50:5. We got to get it. You have to get it. Psalm 50:5. Right? It says, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Right? Let alone, we do sacrifice when you sacrifice the old man. Right? Like me, I took out my locks. That's the old man. Into the Lord for bringing me the light, for increasing me, sacrifice. But every day, what did brothers do for Passover? They purged the old man. You sacrificing the old man. A lot of us have fun partying, doing this. Like my brother Sam always say, he'd be like, man, even in this truth, we can go to the bar, we can do all of these things. But that's all fun and games. I don't care about that because all them people in that surrounding don't care about the Lord. And every time when we chill with those environments, it make your flesh be like, damn, oh, I wish I could have did this. The real saints of the Lord is always occupied in his ministry, right? They're not wandering to where they can feel good. The Lord is not dealing with a feel good Israelite. He's dealing with militant men, right? I'll bring out 5 too. It says, bring my faithful people to me, those who made a covenant with me by giving sacrifices. The hopeful elect, the saints are faithful to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And you're going to look at their faith. You're going to look at their works. You're going to look at their works and you're going to look at their faith. You're going to look at their fruits, right? Some people might only have 4 faithful fruits in their life. That don't mean somebody that has 1,000 is better than people that have 5. Solomon said he hasn't found not one righteous sister, but he probably said out of 1,000 men, he probably found one. So at the end of the day, instead of me boasting, hey, I got 1,000 people or 500 people watching me, but guess what? Only 2 of them might really take this shit serious. You understand? So it's the same way how I could say to men of the Lord, like you have brothers that will come and watch your lives or your videos, right? And then next thing you know, they doing a lammy. At the end of the day, if a spirit hit them to do a lesson, that had to be Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? And the Lord works with his righteous on so many levels. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10 and 11, my brother brought. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night. See, I forgot this. I should have brought this out. I didn't think they was ready, King. Salaki. It says, in the day which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Fervent heat means extremely hot. So all elements is going to melt. The earth also in the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So anything you have, your gold, your jewelry, all that is going to get melted. Even if you think about taking it, That shit gonna get melted. Seeing them that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye be in all holy conversation in holiness? So that's what, look, you have to see what type of manner you're going to be in the NLT, just to make it clear. Verse 11, since everything around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives you should live. We know this is going to happen. Right now, we have the time to step our game up, right? We have to step our game up. Things are going to be increased in this time, right? That's why I believe I believe it's 2 Timothy. Is it the 3rd chapter? Yeah. Like, this is going to really take place. It says, this you know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Right? You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. And we're slowly growing into that. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, coveted, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Right? Same verse. For people will love only themselves and their money. You see how people going higher. Look, that's crazy. Sam, you remember how they just did a video on that money thing? And people love their money more. You see how people really should be thinking, yo, like me and my brothers, we call each other and we was like, yo, man, I think I'm gonna have to start taking money out of my joint. You know what I'm saying? And then brothers start bringing out precepts. A lot of people that's looking at this bank situation, they're not even thinking about the Bible at all because they love their money, right? They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing scarce. Without, verse 3, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Right? Same verse. They will be unloving, unforgiving, right? They will slander others. Right. And when we talk about unforgiving and unloving, that one girl that went on a family friend resort, her friends going to say, oh, we didn't do it. We don't know. I think she tripped and fell. Guess what? They got in a fight and they try to cover up their damn scheme. But come to find out, the people that she said she was cool with, they killed her. Right. It says they will slander others and have no self-control. Hey, and a lot of brothers, especially if you in this truth, some brother, oh man, she seduced me. Or no, man, I couldn't. Oh man, she was looking too good. And then now she a damn headache. Brothers did not observe. They didn't sit down and dwell with this woman. It's even women too. It's women that's hopping from men to men. The Lord is sifting people out because women and men don't have self-control. I know a sister that had some problems in relationships and all of that. It made her go back to smoking weed, right? Because when terrible things come, you don't go back to something that make you feel good. You go to the Lord that's going to conflict you. Right? It says they will be cruel and hate what is good. Salaki. 4, traitors, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Same verse. They will betray their friends. Right? Let alone you have people in this truth that betray their friends. You feel like this is really your brother you're going to labor with. The next thing you know, they don't want to go outside. They don't want to deal with you. I don't want to be around. Next thing you know, you ain't even talking to them. Guess what? That wasn't your real friend. That wasn't your real brother. Hey, it takes 2 to mingle. Right? But the Lord can put a spirit on you not to even hit up a brother because the spirit, like, I have to be honest. The brothers that I'm around right now, I know they gotta be my relatives through the spirit. Because these brothers will call the chat, they'll check up on you, right? Brothers like, yo, how brothers is feeling, like that's family, right? And I haven't seen a brother betray me that's around me right now, right? It says be reckless, be puffed up with pride, right? And it's a lot of men and women that's puffed up with pride out this truth and in this truth. It's brothers that's mighty in the spirit teaching and they prideful and love pleasure rather than God, right? Verse 5, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Same verse. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like this. See, I'm staying away from people that will act religious and they will reject the power that could make them godly. Guess what? I'm gonna be honest. Lord willing, my friends that is in Christianity that wanted to talk and get into scriptures. You wanted to get into scripture so bad, but you really didn't, because you act religious, right? And you really reject the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's what's not making you godly. And people, I'm going to church, I'm praying, I'm teaching, but you're not, you're teaching of the end is here, but you're not afflicting Israel. Israel really have to get right. Some people repenting, but they were, I was sleeping. Lord, I'm sorry, I did not serve you. Yes, that is true. But you, right before you prayed, you just ate you some Spanish rice. You know, they put the little cube of pork in their rice. And you over here, thank you, Lord. And then you go right back to eating pork. My brother Sam just brought out Isaiah 66, verse 15 to 17, right? Real men are going to want to really cleave to the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to read two more. It says, for this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive, and silly women laden with sins, laid away with diverse lusts. Same verse. They are the kind who work their way into people's homes, for real, which men and women, we do these things, and win the confidence of vulnerable women. And these are men who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires, right? And it's men in this truth that just be getting with women. Oh, you know what? Let me hit it. Hey, you my wife, but not leading with them correctly. But a lot of men is burning on their own physical lust. They really just want a girl just to bust that nut. Excuse my language, right? But women have to be careful who they're choosing. You should really be watching your man, or who you think you want. He should be desiring the truth. He should be in these scriptures, you know. Verse 7, the last verse. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. Same verse. Such women are forever following new teachings, but they are never able to understand the truth because they have itchy ears to hear other people teach. Oh, I want him. I want him. I want him. Technically, when you go to school and you have a history class, you go to one history class. You don't go to every history class. When you have one science teacher, one science class, you go to one science class. You don't go to the same to two different teachers, but the same science. And they both might be teaching something. You don't do that because then it's going to give you confusion. You should really try the spirit by the spirit. So, hey, if your spirit want to draw you to Great Millstone, cleave to it. If your spirit draw you to WFI, cleave to it. If your spirit want to draw you to Sons of Thunder, cleave to it. If your spirit want to drive you to Sakari, do it. It's not wrong. Hey, I'm just saying that because it's going to confuse you when you start getting in a doctrine and somebody is not saying the same thing you heard over here. When the breakdown is not saying the same thing over here, it's going to confuse you. Then you might, hey, let's put it together. It don't work like that, because if it was really put together, he would be saying the same thing he's saying, and he's saying the same thing he's saying, but it don't work like that. So you don't want to confuse yourself. And we have a lot of that in Israel, where people are itchy for hearing every damn teacher and not understanding what his doctrine is. And you study right on and then you start teaching it, and you like, oh, I don't get that, sir. Then you go to your other notebook. Well, it's like this. Well, which one is it? Is it this way or this way? Well, how about we make it what's that word, Sam? Let's make it intermingle. They're interchangeable. Let's make them interchangeable. Yes, some things is 1-fold, 2-fold, 3-fold, 4-fold. Shit, it could probably be 5 or 6-fold, right? But a lot of things in the scripture are not interchangeable. Sometimes it's going straight to what it is, right? So, Lord willing, this was edifying to whoever it may be. The title goes into this nonsense has to stop. We need to take heed to what's really going on. And with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Kwame Yasharella, Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. For who do not know, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world inly calls Jesus Christ. Right? Death to America, death to Esau, not on my time, but his time, because he's never early and never late. He is always on time.